opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, through you, Honourable Minister, you did not answer the pertinent question that was raised by Honourable Kombo. Please listen to me very carefully over the issues I want to raise. Honourable Minister, you are aware that this particular issue of COVID pandemic united the nation to fight this particular virus. And we have endeavored to remain united in the fight against this COVID pandemic. Unfortunately, Honourable Minister, your party and your government are the ones in the forefront in breaching the COVID rules which you have provided. With your permission, Mr. Speaker, the PF cadres, with impunity, have been holding demonstrations in Osaka. They have been holding rallies, contrary to the COVID guidelines. The President of the Republic, President Lungu, has been holding rallies in the areas he has been visiting, contrary to the COVID guidelines. Your party has been having intra-party elections in Mufurira, in Chingola, in Osaka, contrary to the regulations. Why are you being discriminatory in the implementation of this particular regulation, which was created for the good of the nation? And as a result of that discrimination, a lot of people now have vowed to break the rules. What measures are you putting in place?
Honourable Minister of Health.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to reiterate that public health is apolitical, and we need not characterize any gatherings based on political affiliation, because any gathering, religious, political, would be a recipe for transmission of COVID-19 if public health measures are not adhered to. So I'll shy away from characterizing gatherings. So, Mr. Speaker, today we are talking about the importance of adhering to public health and social measures as we hold public health gatherings. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Gavin Kombo talked about daily updates, which I preempted in my ministerial statement. And I said we will resume daily updates to ensure that we improve community engagement and risk communication. Mr. Speaker, discrimination doesn't arise. Mr. Speaker, in my statement, I have been saying, let us all adhere to public health and social measures. My colleagues on the left are talking about specific activities. And I'm shying away from that because I don't want to talk about, for instance, Mr. Speaker, the hordes of UPND cadres who gathered in non-adherence to public health and social measures when the President visited Monze. I didn't mention about this, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, I'm saying in unity of purpose and in solidarity, let us ensure we fight COVID-19 by appearing as a united force of MPs, of leaders, to fight COVID-19 and ensure that any gathering that is held in compliance to to public health measures that have been put in place. Mr. Speaker, this government will not be discriminatory in application of the law. This is the reason why the law enforcement agencies will react whether there is a PF member or a UPND member or indeed an FGD member. Yesterday at the courts of law, compliance to public health measures was enforced by the same government through law enforcement agencies. And Mr. Speaker, people acting in solidarity will only be appreciated insofar as they adhere to public health measures. And Mr. Speaker, I must emphasize that the government will act in a non-discriminatory manner to ensure that public health measures are enforced. And law enforcement agencies will be on hand to ensure that public health measures are enforced to protect the public from